Good day. Here is the news at noon. First, the highlights. Lagos State government empowers cabinet members, senior officials through specialized training. Plateau State government to confirm cholera outbreak. On the foreign scene, Commonwealth leaders defy United Kingdom, agreed to discuss reparations. And in sport, Nigeria crashes out of FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. The Lagos State government, under the leadership of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has underscored the critical role of project management as a driver of effective governance and sustainable development through the enforcement of best practices in project management. Speaking through his deputy, Obafemi Hamzat, at a one-day workshop on mastering effective project management strategies for success, Governor Sanwo-Olu highlighted his administration's commitment to advancing public sector efficiency through strategic project management. The event, organized by the Office of the Chief of Staff through the Project Implementation and Monitoring Unit in collaboration with the Project Management Institute, USA, brought together government officials, including members of the State Executive Council, for targeted capacity building to elevate project outcomes. Governor Sanwo-Olu noted that the workshop aimed to refine the skills of top officials to ensure that public projects are delivered on time, within budget, and to high standards, thus boosting the government's reputation and accelerating Lagos' growth trajectory. He encouraged participants to embrace the training as an opportunity to enhance their expertise and drive improvements through the state's diverse sectors. The Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, DSVA, has held a one-day training for court registrars of the Lagos State Judiciary on sexual and gender-based violence, SGBV. The one-day workshop, held at the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, had about 90 legal registrars in attendance. In her opening remarks, the Executive Secretary of DSVA, Titilola Vivo Adeniyi, said decisions and actions of the registrars have a profound impact on the lives of those who come before the court, saying that court registrars have a pivotal role to play in the administration of justice. Vivo Adeniyi said the registrars needed to have a thorough understanding of the complexities of domestic and sexual violence and the legal framework in place to address these heinous crimes, as they will learn about the various forms of abuse, legal remedies available to victims, and the challenges they often face in seeking justice. Also speaking at the training, the Chief Registrar, Lagos State Judiciary, Tajuddin Elias, emphasized that SGBV is a heinous crime and with collective efforts it will become a thing of the past in Lagos State. On the spot, Director of Public Prosecutions, Lagos State Ministry of Justice, Babajide Martins, facilitated a session on the relevant laws on SGBV and the role of court registrars in implementing these laws. He emphasized the importance of showing empathy and listening attentively to survivors when they engage with them. The Nigerian Customs Service, NCS, has seized over 16,000 litres of premium motor spirits, PMS, other smuggled goods worth over 300 million naira in Kebbi, with 5 suspects apprehended in connection with the seizures. While displaying the seized items at the command headquarters in Brandon, Kebbi, the controller of the NCS, Kebbi State Command, Ihanacho Ojike, credited the successful operations to the coordinated efforts of outfield officers and the command's intelligence unit. Ojike said despite the challenges and inconvenience brought by fuel scarcity, certain individuals exploited the situation by smuggling petroleum products out of the country. He warned smugglers and other syndicates, stressing that custom officers are well prepared and equipped to combat illegal activities. Ojike added that seized items would be handed over to the Nigeria Agricultural Quarantine Service and the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control. Now to the rest of the stories. Cholera outbreak has claimed the lives of 2 residents and left 18 others hospitalized in Kanam local government area within Plateau State. Commissioner for Health, Cletus Shokok, who confirmed the situation in Jos, highlighted ongoing efforts to prevent further spread, urging residents to report suspected cases immediately to health authorities. Shokok said health teams are working with local primary health care facilities and necessary medical supplies have been provided. The commissioner also cautioned citizens across Plateau to be vigilant and practice strict hygiene, especially in treating water, washing fruits, and regular hand washing to avoid contamination. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has expressed displeasure over the confrontation between police officers and operatives of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps in Osogbo, the Osun State capital. Report says an NSCDC officer identified simply as Owoye was allegedly assaulted while on guard duty in an estate and subsequently detained by the police. The incident was said to have caused a dispute between the Osun command of the NSCDC and the Nigeria Police Force. The Osun State government later held a meeting with security heads to resolve the rift. The Inspector General of Police, in a statement released by the force spokesperson, Muyiwa Adejobi, described the confrontation as unprofessional and directed the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 11, Osogbo, to conduct a discreet investigation into the root cause of the incident. Now to foreign news. Commonwealth heads have resolved to discuss reparations for the transatlantic slave trade despite initial resistance by the United Kingdom. 56 heads of government, including UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, agreed at their meeting, which ended on Saturday in Apia, Samoa, that the time has come for a conversation on the issue. Starmer himself acknowledged calls for discussions on reparatory justice for the abhorrent transatlantic slave trade. He said there had been no discussions about money at the meeting and that the UK is very clear in its position that it would not pay reparations. Expectedly, King Charles III, who addressed the Commonwealth leaders at the commencement of the Samoa meeting, offered no apologies for the role of the UK in the slave trade, which saw millions of Africans enslaved and forced to work largely on plantations in the Caribbean and Americas. In our sport, the United States of America ended Nigeria's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup title hopes with a 2-0 victory in their quarterfinal clash at the CFC Stadium, Santiago de la Caballeros. 2 goals from Catherine Fuller and Kimball Ascanio were enough to send the Flamingos packing as the Americans avenged their 2022 quarterfinal loss to Nigeria. Fuller put the Americans ahead from the penalty spot in the 43rd minute before Ascanio doubled the lead in the 74th minute to seal victory for the 3-time quarterfinalists. The defeat ended Nigeria's impressive run in the tournament, where they had won all their group matches against New Zealand, Ecuador, and Dominican Republic, scoring 9 goals and conceding just 1. The result marked a bitter end to Nigeria's campaign, having entered the match with high hopes of replicating their 2022 triumph over the same opponents, where they won via penalties after a 1-1 draw in regulation time. And that is our news at noon. Just before we go, always carry out proper and adequate checks on your vehicles before setting out. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch your news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration supplied 86,000 door furniture sets to 775 public schools? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State government, under the leadership of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has underscored the critical role of project management as a driver of effective governance and sustainable development through the enforcement of best practices in project management. Cholera outbreak has claimed the lives of 2 residents and left 18 others hospitalized in Kanam local government area within Plateau State. We also told you that Commonwealth heads have resolved to discuss reparations for the transatlantic slave trade despite initial resistance by the United Kingdom. And in sport, the United States of America ended Nigeria's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup title hopes with a 2-0 victory in their quarterfinal clash at the CFC Stadium, Santiago de los Caballeros. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adisuwa Ijayoka. I am Dele Agadumo. Good afternoon. Thank you for listening.